Chapter 1, Employee Training to Employer Creation. This chapter serves as the book's cornerstone, outlining the evolution of universities from institutions that historically train students for existing jobs to modern hubs that must create future employers. It addresses how the modern economy demands individuals who can build organizations and drive innovation, not just fill positions. The chapter details how universities are shifting their curricula and teaching methods to foster entrepreneurial mindsets, cultivating business acumen, leadership, and strategic thinking. Chapter 2, Shaping Future Employers and Innovators. Building on the first chapter, this section examines the active steps universities are taking to prepare students to become employers. It highlights a shift towards emphasizing creativity, critical thinking, and risk-taking alongside traditional technical expertise. The chapter explores practical tools universities are using, such as specialized courses, business incubators, and mentorship programs to equip students to be changemakers. It also discusses how this entrepreneurial mindset can be integrated across all academic disciplines, not just business. Chapter 3, Challenges for Universities in Changing Economies. This chapter explores the obstacles universities face while trying to adapt to fast-paced and unpredictable modern economies. As economies become more digital and interconnected, traditional education models struggle to keep up. It delves into the specific challenges of aligning education with shifting industry demands, the reliance on technology, and the need to provide graduates with real-world employable skills. The chapter also looks at how universities are collaborating with industries and policymakers to create more flexible and future-proof curricula. Chapter 4, Entrepreneurial Skills for Future Employers. This section focuses on the specific skills universities must teach to equip students for building and leading businesses. In a knowledge-driven economy, students need skills that allow them to identify opportunities, take calculated risks, and drive growth. The chapter explores how universities are teaching essential entrepreneurial competencies such as leadership, financial management, negotiation, marketing, and product development. By embedding these skills, universities are helping to create a new generation of employers. Chapter 5, Creating Industry-Aligned Curricula. This chapter argues that aligning curricula with industry needs is a critical step in fostering entrepreneurship. It highlights the need for universities to be agile, constantly evolving their programs to match emerging technologies and trends. The text emphasizes the importance of collaboration between universities and business leaders to ensure students acquire practical, forward-thinking knowledge. It also explores the role of cross-disciplinary programs, internships, and apprenticeships in providing hands-on experience. Chapter 6, Innovation Labs and Incubators. This chapter explores the importance of providing students with tangible platforms to test their ideas and launch ventures. It describes how innovation labs, startup incubators, and accelerators are becoming integral parts of the university ecosystem. These spaces offer students resources, mentorship, funding, and networking opportunities, providing a hub for creativity and collaboration. The chapter examines how these environments encourage students to experiment, fail, learn, and ultimately succeed. Chapter 7, The Role of Mentorship and Coaching. This section addresses the crucial role of mentorship in an entrepreneur's journey, stating its importance cannot be overstated. It points out that guidance from experienced mentors can be the deciding factor in a startup's success. The chapter discusses how universities are establishing robust mentorship programs that connect students with alumni, industry leaders, and successful entrepreneurs. This guidance helps bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and real-world application. Chapter 8, Integrating Technology in Employer Education. This chapter highlights that integrating technology into education is crucial in the modern digital age. Since technology has transformed business, universities must equip students with the digital literacy and technical skills needed to succeed. The chapter examines how universities are embedding cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, big data, and cloud computing into their programs. This in turn creates a generation of employers who will drive the digital economy. Chapter 9, Policy Support for Employer-Focused Education. This chapter discusses the necessity of supportive government and policy frameworks for university-led entrepreneurial initiatives. It argues that universities cannot operate in isolation and require policies that encourage innovation, reduce bureaucratic hurdles, and provide financial incentives. The chapter explores how policymakers can create an environment that nurtures entrepreneurship through tax incentives, funding, and regulatory support, as well as the role of public-private partnerships. Chapter 10. Financing New Employer Ventures. This section focuses on access to capital, which it identifies as one of the most significant barriers for aspiring employers. The chapter examines how universities are stepping in to help students secure funding by partnering with venture capitalists, angel investors, and government-backed schemes. It also explores how universities are teaching students the practical skills needed to attract this investment, such as creating viable business plans and pitching ideas. Chapter 11. Cultivating an Entrepreneurial Ecosystem. This chapter explores how universities can foster a culture of entrepreneurship that extends beyond individual students to a broader network of individuals, organizations, and institutions. It examines how universities can create a conducive environment for new businesses by collaborating with local communities, businesses, and government bodies. This collaboration brings stakeholders together to share knowledge, resources, and opportunities. The future of university-driven employers. The final chapter looks ahead, examining how universities will continue to shape the entrepreneurial landscape. It asserts that universities will remain central in shaping the employers of tomorrow. The chapter explores how universities will evolve to meet new economic needs, innovate their educational practices, and empower future generations to lead with creativity, resilience, and vision.